What's going on, everybody? My name's Justin McEwen, and if you don't know me by now, you definitely will very shortly. I am the founder of the Out of the Ordinary Lifestyle, as well as the creator of the 12-week fitness revive. This program I created is specifically to help busy professionals, parents, entrepreneurs, whatever, get their health on track for good. You've spun your wheels, you've made mistakes, or maybe you've never even been involved with fitness really in your life, and it's just gotten way too out of hand. This program is going to help you out. I've been doing PT, in-person PT, and teaching classes, and I've been doing strength conditioning for our high school for almost 4 years now. And, I've seen what my clients are going through and how I've been able to help them. And now I've put all those simple strategies into this program to help people just like you. And in this video, what you're going to see is my personal transformation. And the common misconception is that trainers have it all figured out. They've always had the easy way, the easy road, whatever. And it's just not true. You'll see in my transformation, I've struggled, I've suffered, I've felt your pain. I made mistakes. I was stuck. I didn't know where to go, but I figured it out. I learned from my mistakes, and I've been able to relate to my clients because I've walked the walk. And in my program, I've been able to implement these strategies that I personally use to get the results that I did. So I can't thank you enough for taking the time in your day to watch this video. I really, really appreciate it. So sit back, relax, enjoy the video, drop a comment, let me know what you think. Thank you so much. Peace. Welcome to my transformation, right? My story, whatever you have it, whatever it may be to you. Go ahead, watch the pictures as they, display across the screen. I'm just gonna go on and share my story, my experiences. It's not necessarily gonna match up with the video, but go ahead, just watch the clips. Okay, so getting into it, everyone may have that watermark moment, right? That certain event or life experience that kind of changed something, right? It changed their perspective. It woke them up, right? That wasn't necessarily for me. You understand? I grew up as the fat kid, right? I was always heavy, always overweight, and I was picked on for it, and I was made fun of a lot for it, and I suffered because of it. I suffered, and I had loads of insecurity, and I was that kid who would never ever show it. I still hung out with friends. I still seemed like a happy kid, right? But in the inside, I was burning up on a daily basis. I lacked confidence. I didn't have any confidence. I was extremely insecure. Never ever would show my body in any way, right? So just to get that through, I'll get into some of the pictures here. So again, like in the beginning of the video, I started off overweight. I was always an athlete, but I just never was. I was always carrying extra body fat. And going into my freshman year of high school, I wanted to really lose the weight, and I did it in a really, really unhealthy way. Okay, I figured in order to lose weight, I just need to not eat and exercise a bunch. I was playing for 2 lacrosse teams at one time, and I just wouldn't eat. I remember skipping breakfast, not having lunch, just eating dinner. That was it. And I lost a lot of weight, and I ended up going from the fat kid to the really skinny kid. And so I suffered both ways. I went from being overweight and insecure because I was overweight to being insecure because I was really, really thin and really, really weak. And getting into high school, everyone's in the weight room. Everyone's trying to be stronger than each other, whatever you have it. I was always the weak kid. And I needed to change something about it. I hated the way I felt. I hated the way I looked, and I hated the way that it was perceived by other people, right? I was constantly being made fun of, and it tortured me. And even if it was a simple joke here and there, it bothered me, and I always hid it. So, coming into freshman year, I would say after my freshman football season, I started lifting weights. And really, I got addicted to it. I got hooked. I got really, really into it. But I started gaining weight. Okay, got to the point where I started gaining too much weight. I went from about 180 pounds up to about 240 pounds. Okay, and after that football season, I cut that weight off. And by the end of my senior year, I was about 188 pounds. So I started senior year about 240 pounds. I ended about 188, 190 pounds. And I lost all that weight on my own and doing my own nutrition, my own training. You know, I got started getting, you know, pretty strong, and I started building confidence here and there, little by little, until I hit one certain big moment for me. And that summer of my senior year was the first time I took my shirt off in public. And I know it sounds corny and cringy, but that meant so much to me, and it was the confidence boost I needed. And again, coming off of that cut or that weight loss phase where I dropped about 50 pounds or so, it just spiraled almost out of control, and I went from about 190 pounds to what you'll see here coming up soon is to about 284 pounds. I was 190 pounds and I almost gained about 100 pounds. And, that was my bulk or what have you. You'll see in some of the clips, I went from, looking like in shape. I lost all that weight after my senior year. I had some muscle underneath the fat that I had built up, but it was still, I ended up putting on, way too much body fat, right? And that process was about from June of 2016 up until December of 2017. I gained almost 100 pounds. And you'll see in some of these clips right here, I'm obese. I'm carrying loads of body fat. And I will say, okay, this isn't what this video is about, but it certainly impacted me in an extremely negative way. I had a ton of life stress going on, a lot of family problems, and a whole lot of mental problems as well. My mental health was shot. My insecurities were back. My confidence was honestly gone again. I was miserable, and I felt terrible. I had so much going on in my life. We all have things that we experience, families, relationships, whatever, but I knew I needed to turn it around. I was always a fan of bodybuilding. I always was. I mean, look at the old photos that have been displayed. I was always into bodybuilding, right? And now you'll see that here in this video. I decided I'm going to prep for a bodybuilding competition. So in January of 2018, I was 285 pounds. I dieted for a year and a half, 18 months, to June of 2019, where you're seeing in these photos right now, to about 195 pounds. I went from 285 pounds in these photos to 195 pounds, shredded, ready for my bodybuilding competition. I went from that really insecure fat kid to the really insecure skinny kid. Then I put on way too much weight. I suffered from really, really, really bad eating disorders along the way. I struggled with mental health. For bodybuilding, for health and fitness, for training, for nutrition, I'm fortunate for it. I'm fortunate for my health. I'm fortunate for fitness and bodybuilding for saving me. Most people would look at someone like myself and assume narcissism and arrogance, thinking that I'm only in the gym to have a nice body or show off, but they never stop to think that maybe it was my escape for hardship or hell. I remember to look back on how I turned out, and the feeling of pride is overwhelming. I have realized all I want to do now is give back to others, so they might not have to suffer as bad or as long as I did. My mental health was shot. I was so insecure. I had no confidence. I really hated my life. And on top of all that, the family issues that were going on, my parents going through a divorce, and everything else that was going on, it was tearing me down. And I developed a really bad eating disorder, and I would binge eat and I would eat emotionally and keep adding weight. And it's something that took a massive toll on my mental health. And I want others to be comfortable in their own skin now, like I am. After graduating senior year, I became liberated of my awful self-esteem. That was the first time I could enjoy, family time or with friends with confidence and without anything to hide. That was the first time I enjoyed and wanted to go to the beach or the pool and not be covered in clothing. It was finally over to me, but still really just the beginning, because obviously getting on stage, that was still a massive accomplishment. But all of the horrible things I had to put up with internally and externally, I'm ecstatic to say that really I knocked it out, right? Insecurity, self-image issues, bullying, low self-esteem, shaming, all of these things, they humbled me. And never being big on self-recognition or praise, it just wasn't not a part of my character. Through all of the horrible things that have been said to me and to myself, that no one would be able to tell any of this happened to me. That's what's so important to me, is through everything I've been through, you would never ever expect that I experience these things, because I carry myself to a certain way and I'm always positive. And that's what I reach with that's what I share to my clients. That's what I share to the people in my program. I spread positivity. You cannot do my program without building positivity in your life. It just doesn't happen. Through everything that I went through, I never let my struggles dictate my attitude, and that seriously is what I cherish the most. These past 8 years have built me into a person I always aspire to be internally and externally. I really just wouldn't have it any other way, because they who have sculpted me into the Justin McEwen today. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Seriously, I have walked the walk in every facet of life when it comes to struggling internally and externally, mental health, self-image, confidence, insecurity, whatever it may be. I've gained weight, I've lost weight, I've built muscle, I've lost muscle probably. I've done it all. I've made so many mistakes, and I've learned from every single one of them. And everything that I've learned, I'm now applying to all of my clients. And this is what I've created, this out of the ordinary lifestyle for these people that have struggled like I have struggled. But they live in a positive way, and they impact other people as much as they can. That's the out of the ordinary lifestyle. It's for the people that take the extra effort and go out of their way to help other people and make a difference, not only in their life, but in other people's as well. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. I really, really appreciate you guys taking the time out of your day to watch this video. It's obviously something that's extremely sentimental to me, and I just only can hope that it impacts or inspires at least 1 or 2 people out there at the very minimum to, take that at least a first step in their own transformation, or in bettering their life, or in building up their confidence, self-esteem, whatever it may be. Again, guys, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. If you can, leave a comment. Any feedback, it would be greatly appreciated. So thank you guys again. Peace out.